together with the Ramah, originally published only by Rabbi Yosef Karo in about 1570 in Tzfas. After the Ramah soon added his notes, so by the second or third edition of the Shulchan Aruch, we have our canonical Shulchan Aruch, which includes the text by Rabbi Yosef Karo, a Saradi, and the Hagos of the Ramah, which provides for the needs for Ashkenazim. What happened after that is a series of commentaries and pilpulim were written under the Shulchan Aruch, and we entered an age of pilpul between the 16th century and the 18th century. If you would see the Sfarim that were published in 1700, 1720, 1730, people are off the deep end. It is pilpul after pilpul after pilpul, and the kind of the pilpul, some of it you will recognize. In other words, what happened there with the three malachim came and they saw Avram, and Avram invited them in, right? And where was Sarah? She was what was she doing in the Yoel? So what was she cooking? So these farm tell you exactly what she was cooking and why she was cooking, and it was a Shaila Kashrus and Maseches Chulin that was involved. You have all these pilpulim where suddenly, because Jewish intellectual thought had reached as far as it could go, there was no secular study. They were only studying Gemara. They already had whatever the Rishonim wrote, the Rashba, the Ritva, etc. You couldn't move further. So the way to move further was to engage in all kind of pilpulistic exercises, which made wonderful, interesting Torah, and rabbis could darshan, but it had nothing to do with truth. And that's what the Vilna Gaon was born into, and the Vilna Gaon said, an end of this, enough, Kamarna. The Vilna Gaon said, we're not going to work with the Shulchan Aruch as the primary text and move forward. We're going to go back to the original sources. Every Jew has to learn Shas. He has to know what the source is for everything that's in the Shulchan Aruch. You can't simply use the dry laws as they appear in the Shulchan Aruch. You have to know what their context was. You have to know whether it applies to a new context or not. Anyway, the Gra was a back to the sources person. No pilpul. Back to the sources, and everything has to be true. If you read the Mechilta, if you're reading the Sifrei, if you're learning Tanakh, whatever you're reading and whatever your comment is, it has to be based on reality. It has to be true. You have to know what the Hebrew words mean. You have to be a philologist. You can't just say, I think this word simcha here really means it's referring to my grandson whose name is Simcha. It has to be true. And it's a revolution that's still going on. But that's what the Gra did, and it was recognized by his Talmidim and recognized by the rest of the world. For that, he merits our visiting us. He's great. So,